Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Boss Lux. My name is Camilla Mills, and today's video we're going to be focusing on the importance of credit score and a credit score breakdown. But before we get into that, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe below, like and share it. It's absolutely free. Now let's talk about credit scores. Your credit score plays such a huge factor in determining your eligibility for lenders, whether it's for credit cards, loans, car loans, or mortgages. Having credit is practically essential for living in America. Cash is king, credit is power. From Jay-Z himself, and I quote, "You want to know what's more important than throwing away money in a strip club? Credit." So just so you know that I'm not BSing you and that I actually do know what I'm talking about, my credit goal by the end of the year is to be in the 800s, but currently I'm at 773 with a little under 70,000 credit limit, over 10 cards with just about 5% utilization rate. Even at that 5% utilization rate, I don't pay interest on any of my cards. Interest is like the enemy, the Loki to my Thor, the Tom Brady to the NFL, Carol Baskin to Joe Exotic. But having so many credit cards has actually helped me increase my score. So over time, I do plan on getting more cards as well as increasing my limits. But I have to say, and cannot stress this enough, if you feel you are not responsible with debt or having credit cards, please do not take out multiple cards. It really makes no sense to open up multiple cards to try to increase your score while carrying over balances that accumulate interest at a high rate. Start by understanding your score and how to improve it, and then just move from there. Just a little fun fact though, there really is no secret benefit to having an 800 plus credit score. You receive the same benefits as someone who has a 750 or even a 740. Anything higher, and it's really just something to feel good about, nothing more. Credit scores determine your credit worthiness. How much money do you owe? Can lenders rely on you to pay back the money that you borrow in a timely manner? So there are three main credit bureaus that create your credit score: TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. Your credit report is comprised of a list of debts, your payment history including your student loans, credit card, and car payments, any bills and collection agencies, public records such as tax liens, bankruptcies that may be tied to you will be on your credit report. Inquiries you may have made while looking to borrow money, and how much you owe is going to be on there as well. These factors are what the credit bureaus use on a credit score model, such as Vantage Point or FICO, that make up the three-digit number known as your credit score that range from 300 to 850. 300 being poor and 850 being excellent. Now, to go further in depth on what is factored into calculating your credit score, we have payment history, age of credit, utilization, new credit, and credit mix, which are the five main components that lenders look at when considering your eligibility. So we'll start with the most important one, your payment history, which takes up 35% of your credit score. When looking at your credit report, lenders want to see that you pay your debts back in time. This is a huge factor in determining whether they can trust to lend you the money that you're looking for. Having a strong payment history can positively impact your score, while having issues with payments such as delinquencies, bankruptcies, foreclosures, and repossessions can practically destroy your score and can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years. Make your payments on time and you can avoid these derogatory marks. Next biggest piece of the pie is utilization, which is 30%. Utilization ratio really just shows how much debt you owe in comparison to your credit limits. Credit usage divided by the line of credit will give you the percentage on each card or loan. Now apply that same formula to get your overall utilization rate. So for example, if you have one credit card with a credit limit of $2,000 and you have a $1,000 balance, your credit score is going to be negatively impacted because you're at a 50% utilization rate. Now let's say you have two credit cards, one with a credit limit of $2,000 and the other with a credit limit of $4,000. You still have that same $1,000 balance. Now you're at a 16% utilization rate, which isn't so bad, because you do want to stay between a 10% or 30% utilization rate. Keeping your balances low will help with maintaining a good utilization rate. Next one is age of credit, which is 15%. Lenders want to see the age of your oldest credit, and the average age of all of your accounts. Having an older credit age is better for your credit score because it shows that you have a lot of experience handling credit. Opening new accounts and closing existing accounts can lower your average credit age, which can potentially lower your credit score. Try keeping your oldest cards open and try not to open so many cards at the same time. I would say add new credit every 6 to 8 months just to give yourself some window. Next piece of the pie is new credit. New credit and age of credit really do go hand in hand. Like I said before, opening multiple cards at the same time can negatively impact your score because it does reduce your overall average age of credit. Open new credit if needed, or rather than opening new credit, request a credit line increase. So you'll increase your credit limit, but your overall average age is not reduced. Last but not least, credit mix, which is 10%. According to FICO, historical data indicates that borrowers with a good revolving credit and installment loans represent less risk. Over time, you can diversify your mix with credit cards, installment loans, mortgages, but obviously that's not something that's going to happen overnight. FICO also looks at how many total accounts you have. The more accounts, the better. However, this reflects so little on your score that it doesn't necessarily mean that you walk into every department store and open up a card. Also, hard and soft inquiries are a minute factor, but every time you run your credit, it does count as an inquiry on your credit report. Before running your credit, ask your lender whether it's a soft inquiry, which lasts up to 6 months on your report, or a hard inquiry, which can last up to 2 years. All of these components combined make up 100% of your credit score. Biggest takeaway is really just to focus on keeping a good payment history and keeping your balances low. These two alone make up 65% of your credit score. If nothing else, keep making your payments on time. Utilization rate you can recover from over time by paying your balances down. However, like I stated before, missing a payment can last on your credit report for up to 7 years. It won't reflect on your score for 7 years, but lenders will still be able to see it on your report. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, like, subscribe, it's free. See you guys soon. Bye.